Hi third grade, this is Miss O with another video on economics. Today we are going to be talking about supply and demand. So after my video is over, you are going to be able to explain what supply and demand is and how it affects the economy. So we're going to start talking about supply and demand and their definitions and what they mean. So supply is how much of something there is. So if there's a lot of an item, we say it has a high supply. If there is not a lot of an item, we say it is in low demand. What is demand? Demand is how many people want an item at a particular time. If a lot of people want an item, then we say it has high demand. If not a lot of people want an item, we say it has low demand. So, high supply and low demand. In this situation, there's a lot of people who want a good, but not a lot of people who want it. So, high supply is there is a lot supply of the good, and low demand is not a lot of people want it. So, for an example, pretend it is fall time and there are a lot of pumpkin things. McDonald's decides maybe people would like a pumpkin burger, so they would make a lot of that item. When people hear of it, they think it sounds disgusting, so nobody wants the item. This is a high supply, a lot of pumpkin burgers, and a low demand. Not a lot of people want them. On the opposite side, there is low supply and high demand. In this situation, there is not a lot of an item, but a lot of people want it. So for an example, the makers of Minecraft just released a limited edition game. Walmart just got the shipment in of 200 games. They have to wait a couple weeks before more games are made and they come in. Over 1,000 people show up to buy the new game. This is a low supply, 200 games, and a high demand. Over 1,000 people want it, and there isn't enough. So on your own, I'm going to link a video in the description box of a high supply, low demand, and different supply and demand type situations and explanations. So you can go to that link. It's a YouTube video and watch that link. After that, I also linked a video of a Brain Pop movie video that you can watch, and you can also play different games and quizzes like we have done in class. You can do the quiz at the end after they talk about supply and demand. After that, I have a sorting activity that I'm going to also link in the description that you can download and do on your computer, or you can print it at home. It's going to look like this. It says low demand and high supply, and high demand and low supply. So let's remember, high demand is when a lot of people want it. Low demand is when not a lot of people want it. High supply is when there's a lot of a supply of something, like a lot of things are being made. And low supply is when there's not a lot of things made. So with this worksheet, it's going to come with another sheet that looks like this. You can cut these out, and then you can glue them on what side you think it's going to go on. So we can go through and read these different scenarios, and we're going to glue them on each of the different sides. So, our first one, it says, the newest book is a very popular series that has just been released, and your bookstore only receives a few copies. The price of the book increases. What is the supply and demand for the new book? So, do you think that's going to go into the high demand and low supply, or low demand and high supply? Then our next one, in the month of December, sunscreen goes on sale for 50% off. The price it sells for in July. What is the supply and demand for this sunscreen? Which category do you think goes in? Then you can glue it down into each category. I'm going to finish reading the rest of them. So this one says, during the holiday season, the most popular toy increases the price because many people want it. What is the supply and demand for the popular toy? The video game Extreme Racing 5 has just been released, and the older version, Extreme Racing 4, goes on sale. What is the supply and demand for Extreme Racing 4? A shoe store is having a sale on all of last year's shoe styles. What is the supply and demand for last year's shoes? A store is running low on Valentine's Day cards during the month of February. What is the supply and demand for Valentine's Day cards? During the Thanksgiving season, the price of the turkey increases. What is the supply and demand for the turkey? And then the last one, when the newest version of an iPhone came out, the older version went on sale. What is the demand for the older iPhone? So you can cut these out and glue them onto your worksheet, or if you don't have a printer, that's okay. You can just look through them and decide which ones you think they will go to. And remember, all of these links and videos and websites that I talk about in my videos are going to be linked in the description underneath this video. So if you click more underneath my video, you'll be able to see all the different links and websites, and I'll put directions in there too for you to follow. I hope you have a good day. Bye. I miss you.